ParalyzE versus sKyHigh.
And as game number 2 starts between the two of them, Squirtle leaves the booth there on camera and goes home.
Yeah, I saw that too. He's like, I'm out of here. He's like, welcome to the GSL Code S. Goodbye.
Exactly, he leaves the studio. He's already done his job today. Those two, on the other hand, they still have to work for their Code S spot. One of them can get another chance going up against Life in the consolation match. Who's it going to be? ParalyzE is in the lead with the 1-0 in the best-of-3 series, and our Terran player struggled a little bit in game number 1. Chose Ultisim Stronghold for the second map, and ParalyzE is probably going to be happy with that up to this point. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one for sKyHigh, and as we said, it's a bad time to be a Terran player.
Definitely is. You know, one of the other things that we didn't really talk about is the second bunker was like so far forward, it was not protected by the first bunker.
Yeah, the first bunker didn't do anything.
Yeah, like why did he even build that if he was going to do it like that?
Exactly. I thought that he might try to get the first bunker already up on the high ground, sneak an SCV in and put it somewhere, then edge forward with the second one, whatever. Like, you know, so that you can just go in with the Marines, you can save them in the bunker, then put them out again.
Might as well try to hide the first bunker on the high ground, on the edge.
Exactly, but because the
Marines
first
on the low
bunker
ground or
didn't
something.
do a thing. There was nothing that he could do with the first bunker.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing that the first bunker would have been good for if ParalyzE decided to pull all of his probes and just hunt those Marines down.
I mean, I'm serious though. Like, that build just didn't even look practiced. Like, sKyHigh practiced with players like Sora, right? And I don't think if Sora looks at this, he's going to be like, well, let's try to think of a different Terran versus Protoss build for this map. sKyHigh, I don't know about this one. He gets a CC first up actually here, and ParalyzE goes for tech first, which is kind of odd. But with this, he could actually try to rush out Oracles. And with the positions, the spawning locations, Oracles are great for him. Wouldn't put it past him to do that, just because your Terran opponent picks this map, he's probably going to CC first. And you can try to punish the fact that he's going to have no stim, he's going to have, like, you know, a late tech to... Just in general, his Marine count's going to be quite low. He just goes into a Nexus, though, and has 200 gas backed up behind this, so we'll see what he wants to do. He could also just add an Oracle after his Mothership Core with all the gas he's banked up. We'll see. Only time will tell. ParalyzE, it's up to him. He's got his Afro comb ready.
Why does he have an Afro?
I don't know.
He can't be like full-blood Korean, right?
What if he just constantly perms it, like, for his whole life? Like, that's like what he does. Like, every month and a half or so, he like goes and he's like, all right, my hair's grown a little bit. Let's perm it again.
I was really wondering about that. He can't be like, you know, like full-blood Korean. I think
it's possible. I think it's possible to have curly hair like that as a Korean.
Well, Koka kind of had too, but I don't know if.
I think that was actually just because he got his hair permed.
Yeah, probably. But like for ParalyzE, I don't know. I have no idea if both of his parents are actually Korean, but
I think they are. But the thing is, like, maybe like one of his parents is like half or something. It doesn't. It's not certain. But he's gonna try to stop the scout on this Oracle. This is really nice. Dump by sKyHigh.
Sees it because I've never seen that before in Korea. I think ParalyzE is really the first Korean that I see that has an Afro.
Really, the first one?
I think so. Like I'm thinking about it, but like I can't come up with. Like, most Koreans have like exactly. If you don't go for the crazy colors and for like really weird style, they kind of have all the same hair.
Well,
it's very similar
to the layman, but to me,
yeah, of course.
Like for you maybe you think Myungshik and Squirtle have like similar hairstyles, but I'm like, oh no, they don't. They're so different. But yeah, the Afro is definitely the most different one. I think the most unique hair that we have naturally, if it is naturally occurring, ever in StarCraft. I can't think of a hair that was crazy. Nobody's had like a mohawk. That would be like the only way that somebody could have crazier hair than ParalyzE.
Yeah, you won't see that in Korea.
Well, I have seen that in Korea, but not from a pro gamer.
Exactly,
like, you will not see that in StarCraft 2.
Not from a pro gamer or from someone who is not in like fashion, K-pop, or anything else. Like
the Chinese announcer for, I know he's not Korean, but the Chinese announcer for the Counter-Strike Online finals had like this crazy hairstyle. I don't even know how to describe it. But like,
yeah, last year WCG there was like a Japanese cast who was working there. It was also like pretty crazy with this outfit, but still. I mean, we have the Blink, we have the Twilight Council now completed.
Yeah,
And
he's just like, what is going on? He's like going into... Okay, what? Like, okay, so he went... How many Phoenixes did he make? 2 or just 1? He started at least 1, okay? He might have even canceled that. I got distracted by an Afro. But then he's going into Storm and a Forge. And then the scan goes down on top of the Stargate like he didn't believe it was real. He's like, what are you doing next to that Stargate? Why don't you have anything at my base? The Phoenix is real. He's like, okay, this is real. Let me just chase it and not make any turrets because it's 1 Phoenix. What is going on? That's like so much gas investment for ParalyzE.
we have a super fast Storm after Phoenix.
The rules of aggression just do not apply to this map. It's like, it's so big. It's like, all right, well, I'm going to get Storm, and like maybe I should get Tempest 2 off of 2 base, and like I'll have just 2 sentries. Probably could have cut one of those down because it's Ultrazine, but you know, just in case, it's sKyHigh. He all in me in game 1.
I mean, the Phoenix at least is going to shut out any idea of draw play in the beginning, so...
That's true.
That's going to help him a lot, but there comes the 3rd base, and ParalyzE doesn't really look like he wants to go for a lot of aggression. He's hiding buildings to the left side. Another scan goes down because sKyHigh is also like, what exactly are you up to? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, Charge, he has like 2 Stalkers and 2 Sentries for Army. Look at the Army supply, 16 now with just these Templars being moved in. Before that, he had 14 Army supply.
But that's a pretty crazy tech that he has out there. He has charge.
He could pick this up and delay the command center.
He will have Charge Lords, he will have Archons, he will have also Storm.
Yeah, he's building this army because sKyHigh, quite frankly, has not pressured him. So he's been given the opportunity. 3 Templar here.
That's fast he can do everything.
Yeah, he has Storm ready too, right?
That's Robo. Fast they can do everything, I'm telling you. Gonna see that if your first Fleet Beacon, first your carrier has been built soon. That's so much for the scout.
The 3rd base here will be cancelled if he tries to drop it.
CC Army, Solid Templars.
Worst possible time to make a CC.
Oh no!
What?
Cancel.
And he's losing his Templar?
Yeah, 1 goes down.
2?
And he's losing a few of his Zealots as well. sKyHigh is looking at this and he's like, well, I don't think you have what it takes to really push me back. So,
like, ParalyzE's Afros isn't going to transform into a question mark? I don't know, like, that's... I'm so confused.
I can tell.
I mean, he's going to start picking away at the hit points of these medevacs with his Phoenix.
I told the guy at the Nescafe to give me an Americano for you. I think he confused that with an Irish coffee. I don't know, but like...
The armory's going up now. At this point, there's no 3rd base here. And he's got Storms, but like, there's nothing else. I can't believe he walked into that Storm again.
Yeah, he walked out of the Storm and into it again. He's like, wait, that didn't do enough damage. Let's go back.
I always talk about how in Korea we have the highest level StarCraft II in the world, but in this game, like, I'm not sure what's going on. These 2 players are like much better than this, but
I think they're currently just mind gaming each other like crazy because they played each other several times in the past, and the last time was just 2 weeks back. So I think they're just mind gaming each other. I didn't see the games back then. That's the problem.
It's partially, I think, a product of the map too. Like, the map is just so weird that you can do stuff like this. I mean, he's picking off a Templar, picks off Zealots, just because he's like, oh no, Colossi and no Stalkers basically. You're never going to kill my units of Storms unless I walk into them twice. Yeah,
well, the Storms here actually don't do that much anymore. They're still okay, but he's losing so much ground because he doesn't have the economy that he needs. That Wall Prism at the natural is currently not doing a thing. Well, there we go. Finally putting those out, but immediately them just running away.
Always the Templar first, not the Zealots first. ParalyzE learning this the hard way. And here we go. 1 Storm goes down instantly.
Yeah, that's enough for now. You know, actually, if he stabilizes, then ParalyzE will still be in a pretty decent spot with all the tech that he has out. The 3rd base is up. He has the harvesting count, it's 55. He can build a couple of more probes, but he's not looking not in too much of a bad shape. His tech is better.
He's got a bunch of gates. I think he's just going to attack. eBay's not spinning. A bunch of idle SCVs here. Okay, 1 is spinning. You get in +2, but no armor. Well, this army is spotted. It's mostly Marauders, and he's still... I'm serious, he needs Templar to have support. Like, if he just walks forward here... barring a huge micro mistake, like he's not going to kill much.
That one Zealot charging into the army. He's like, ah! Just goes for it. Everyone else tells behind is like, guys, where are you? Where are you? Why am I alone?
This game is so strange.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a strange game. Another Storm on the other hand. And the Storms, they are really starting to do some work. The rest of the army in the middle of the map position there is trying to just, I don't know to do what. ParalyzE killed 15 Harvesters so far. The work account is currently in his favor.
Notice that
He has much better income too.
sKyHigh is like not making Vikings or Ghosts. He's like not sure. He's like, are you going to switch to Colossi? Because that's what I expect. But you've been playing this game weird.
What is he doing?
What are we watching?
He cancels it twice. He's like, I want to get Tech Lab. No, Reactor. Ah, let's go back to the Tech Lab.
He just wasted like 50 gas and a bunch of time. Well, gets the Templar for 3 Marauders. Meanwhile, yes, this base is still here. He just saw the whole army, and now he's getting a better look at it. He's going to try to target down the Templar. Gets the full energy
Templar. He's trying to find the positioning of the High Templars. Yeah, so he's trying to snipe them, and he gets one of them.
Yeah, he gets one full energy High Templar and almost gets a second one. I mean, that was definitely intentional to see where the Templar were. I'm just making a joke, but this game is just so silly that...
Double upgrades now for both of them, plus 3 attacks started here for sKyHigh. We have also the Moebius Reactor started. Missile turrets everywhere. This is it for the Wall Prism. I'm not going to do anything any longer in this game.
Ghosts on the way just in time for the Colossus transition.
Yep.
First Colossus on the way.
2 Vikings. They can deal with the High Templars while the Ghosts deal with the Colossi.
Yeah, maybe so. 66 Harvesters to 58, and neither player is going to take a 4th. Well, as soon as I say that, then the 4th Nexus gets dropped. Just a little bit later than I expected it. Scantipede looks on as the battle ensues.
Oh, that's a pretty beefy... I mean, oh, the War Prism finds, of course, the sweet spot, not going into the natural again and dropping another Storm right in the main base where there are no missile turrets. Terran player already moving back, and that's the cue for ParalyzE to move in again. The first few supply depots going down. That supply block sKyHigh. No more units for him just now. Leaves his 3rd base a little bit open as the rest of the army is moving in. A couple of snipes here on the High Templar. Zealots. Time supply blocked, actually. You could see that for the 150 seconds in the game already for sKyHigh, and just increasing. He doesn't even build supply depots.
He's losing a lot of Harvesters here as well.
He does not build supply depots. He will be supply blocked for a long time. He can call down extra supplies, but...
That might be his plan. Like, he's really low on resources on only 3 bases.
I mean, he still didn't start to build any. Here comes that army, and he has 10 Ghosts, but the Vikings, that's going to be an issue. Only 1 Colossus so far. That's a saving grace.
sKyHigh has just taken this concept of sniping High Templar. He's like, oh, you're supposed to use Ghosts for that? I thought you were supposed to just take 5 Marauders and right-click on them, because that's what he's been doing this whole game, even though now he has Ghosts.
Well, whatever works.
It's been working okay for him, because ParalyzE went for this composition so greedily in the early game with no support for his Templar. Now he has the support, now he has the Colossi, and only 4 Vikings.
And now he's out of the supply block, by the way. And there we go again. The Marauders run in. They are great at tagging a Storm or 2. He does that quite well.
Yeah, like you said, whatever works, man. Here we go. Takes out another Templar. He's like, those units are pretty slow, I noticed.
It just works for him. Marauders are beefy enough to do that. Now we have Ghosts and Viking production started, so that helps a lot also against those Colossi, but it's still 4 bases against 3.
Plus 3 armor and plus 3 attack finish, both for both players now at the same time.
I also don't think that sKyHigh knows about that 4th base. He hasn't seen that yet.
Yeah, if he had, he definitely would have attacked it. That factory is close by, but not close enough. Close but no cigar. That's factory. And where did that phrase come from, close but no cigar? That's a strange phrase. Mothership Core goes down for free. That was weird. That's even stranger than close but no cigar.
I think actually, I mean, looking at...
Oh, no, these Ghosts! Wow,
Okay,
that was both players so scared to fight there. I'm not playing them.
No, he's so afraid of those Storms. I think that sKyHigh is paralyzed here. I didn't, Sumi. You were thinking about it, okay? I had balls to actually say it.
I wish that you had that afro on from GSL off the record right now when you said it.
Yeah, that picture was awesome.
All right, here we go. Snipe, number 1.
Don't hate the player. Hit the
oh my god, he's got 2 Templars on the backside, and where are the Storms there? Oh! He doesn't even stim or split or anything! Goodbye,
Holy
sKyHigh!
Storms, Batman!
Oh my god!
Wow, those storms were absolutely amazing. And now it's time for the Solids to charge in. And here comes ParalyzE. sKyHigh is on the run and he's running fast. Another round of warp-ins joining up very soon with the rest of the army.
It's like,
wow.
I think when he saw that storm hit his army, he just like, he like typed GG in the chat and he like deleted it and he's like, ah. I was typing while that storm hit my whole army and killed everything that I have. I didn't split, I didn't stim.
These Templars, their positioning for ParalyzE Templars was absolutely great.
The storms are so good that if he did stim, his army might have died to another storm. So, well, he's dead now. This game is over, man. Well, this is definitely the weirdest game we've had all season so far.
Well, it should be. It's like a 50 supply lead in army, and we have 4 bases against 3, so it would be... I mean, we've seen a couple of crazy decisions in this game, and maybe like sKyHigh somehow gets back, but he should not be able to, that's for certain. Here come those storms again, but the hit squad with the Marauders is moving in and sniping the High Templars. The rest of the army, on the other hand, is with their back to the wall.
Yeah, so many Immortals to take out these Marauders, even the Observers headbutting the medevacs. Vikings come out to die, and that's going to be it for sKyHigh. We'll drop back to Code B. We'll have to try again.
ParalyzE for the 3rd time in the best of 3 defeats sKyHigh.
GG.
And it's ParalyzE going up against life again.
Look at that hair, man. I think that's not natural. I think that's not natural, but I'm not sure. I need to like see his arm hair closely.
I wouldn't know.
It could be, though, actually natural. Ah, it's really hard to say. Well, sKyHigh playing a pretty solid early game, but those 2 Templar that you didn't see caught him off guard. But even then, I feel he could have reacted at all against those storms. Like, he just sat there like he just was caught with his pants down at high school dance. Really embarrassing. Never happened to me. I'm just saying, like, I would imagine that would be
I don't know. You look a little bit like you know what you're talking about.
Well, if my pants were down at a high school dance, it would have been intentional, certainly.
We didn't have anything like that, so.
No, well, that's good, actually. Did you have a prom?
No.
That's so good, too.
Well, we had like... No, not really. Not like American style.
Yeah.
We have something similar, but nah, not really.
So for me, a prom is like, nobody goes out and has fun for the whole year, so like, let's do it once. Everyone's like, wow, we can all just go together and go to a dance and have fun. Like, everybody asks each other out and stuff. It's like, yeah, you could have just done that too without having it be like a high school organized event. But, you know, for those of you who want to have a big official thing, you can go there.
We can drink once we are 16, so we win right there.
Oh, that's for true, actually. That's for sure. That's for true.
At least beer. For the rest, you have to wait until you're 18. Okay, coming back to StarCraft after this very entertaining game, we have another best of 3 series waiting for you. It's the losers, the consolation match between Life and ParalyzE. And we're going to be back in about 5 minutes after the break. So see you guys in a few.